Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of 5 Minute Gaming News, the show that may or may not be 5 minutes. Today in the news, Assassin's Creed Mirage's release date is being moved up to October 5th. The game was originally set to release on the 12th, but Ubisoft has moved it up a week earlier. Sharing on Twitter, Assassin's Creed Mirage has gone gold. The game is now ready to go. But we have another big news for you, dear fans. Drum roll, the new release date for Assassin's Creed Mirage is October 5th. You'll be able to dive into this new adventure more quickly and discover Basim's legendary quest. And that's very, very soon. Who's hyped? And if you're wondering, Jesse, how did us Assassin's Creed fans get such good fortune to have the game released early? Well, turns out this new one was going to be released roughly within the same week as both Spider-Man 2 and Alan Wake 2. So I'm pretty sure they just didn't want to have to deal with the competition and moved it up, which is smart. Because of those three, I know personally, this one would be the bottom. This would be 3. I would play the other 2 first. And that's not a slight against the game. I'm excited to get back to, like, the roots of Assassin's Creed. What I'm saying is, just like in the spring, this fall is loaded with AAA titles. And there's a lot. And I'm going to want to play them all, and it's going to be a mess, and I think we can all agree on that. And thankfully, the new release hasn't impacted the haptic feedback shirt you can order for the game, which we all know will be used only for this game, and nothing else. In other news, after the conversation we had yesterday about quality and AAA game companies and what they're producing as of late, I'm sure a lot of you saw the memes about Baldur's Gate versus, I don't know, Pokemon, and how the Pokemon games of late have not been the highest quality. Well, turns out the Pokemon Company listened? Over the weekend at the Pokemon World Championships, Pokemon Company COO Takato Utsunomiya shared, "I think in general, if you look at the past, the path we've taken up until now has been this constant release, always regularly releasing products on a fairly fixed kind of cadence, you might say. I think we're still operating in that way, but there's more and more conversations as the development environments change about how we can continue to do this while making sure that we're ensuring really quality products are also being introduced." Which is a very roundabout businessy way of saying, we released 2 games in 2022, and they were a buggy mess, and one was, I don't know what the hell that was, and y'all have complaints, so we're listening. For Arceus, the graphics and textures left a lot to be desired, on top of the gameplay glitches and bugs, and then Scarlet and Violet, the games were so buggy that Nintendo felt the need to apologize for the game's current state. The biggest problem, although I guess from their perspective it's not a problem, but the biggest problem that the Pokemon Company or Blizzard or whoever, all these big game companies that have huge IPs with passionate fan bases, the biggest problem is people will still buy even as the quality declines because they're fans of it. They're passionate about the product. And, you know, after a while, it slowly starts to eat away. But the buy-in's so high up front that companies think they can get away with a bunch of bullshit. And they try to. And eventually it all comes back to this point where they realize, whoops. And hopefully this is the Pokemon whoops moment. And they're going to change the course and give us a quality product. I'm not a big, like, Pokemon dude. The last time I played was Gold, Silver, Silver, Gold, whatever that was. Which was a long time ago. And so I think that, you know, all the friends I do have who play Pokemon, I'm watching them. It's just like how when I played WoW, there's a slow chip away at your love for a thing because you can only tolerate so much, but you'll give it a chance and you'll give it a chance. And then we get to hear where people are like, yo, no, dude, that sucked. Next, in an interesting turn of events, turns out that Rockstar Games is acquiring cfxre, which is a role-play mod group that worked on the Red M and 5M mods. Basically, we're talking like cool-looking guns and vehicles, custom stuff, you know? In their official statement, Rockstar shared, "Over the past few years, we've watched with excitement as Rockstar's creative community have found new ways to expand the possibilities of Grand Theft Auto 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2, particularly the creation of dedicated roleplay servers. By partnering with the cfxre team, we will help them find new ways to support this incredible community and improve the services they provide to their developers and players." Which actually comes as a pretty big surprise considering Rockstar Rockstar's history with mods and modders, just 2 years ago, in 2021, Rockstar and Take-Two were embroiled in a lawsuit against modders who were reverse engineering Grand Theft Auto 3 and Vice City. But money talks, and it appears that the boom in Grand Theft Auto Online and Red Dead roleplay communities has caused a change of heart. So much so that Rockstar updated their stance on mods in roleplay servers earlier this year, no doubt leading to the acquisition of cfx.re today. And speaking of CFX, on their forums, they shared, and for those curious about what else Rockstar is working on, please understand that our partnership with Rockstar Games is focused on our 5M and Red M platforms. So please do not ask us about the next GTA, which is absolutely hilarious. But the big point here, of course, is that I like when companies work with modders. I like when they elevate passionate people in their community to help them create new things. This is always, always good. Totally here for this. And I wish them all the best. I wish both of those communities, both Red Dead and GTA Online, I hope they have a great-ass time with this stuff, and I hope it leads to good things. Anyway, that's it for the news. Thanks so much. See you all tomorrow for another episode of 5 Minute Gaming News.